What is important right now is not to understand science of karma. What is important right now to understand is that in every moment of selfless living, you accumulate a karmic investment and you expend a karmic debt. So right now, go and show that in a day, at least one experience per day you can do, which is purely selfless. The rishis, the yogis, the sages did years of penance, withdrew themselves introverted, abstained from the noise of the world, minimized the sensual intervention to their thought process, and in that state of withdrawal, tuning themselves into tunes of silence in their consciousness, enabled revelations to happen to them, and the expression of that is the Upanishads. Now you are somebody still in the world of mega serial, cricket matches, day-to-day business tensions, and 3-4 minutes into the puja room, urgent puja, seeking instant nirvana, okay, and rarely asking, my Lord, lead me to you, but most of the time saying, get me that order, give me this girlfriend, get me to pass in my exams for which I have not studied. Now this is your entire relationship with God. He is your assistant, He is your agent, He is the one who can be bribed and He will do something in return for a lot of you. That is where still your level of spirituality is. But you can buy the books. And somewhere in Upanishad you scan and it will create doubts. Not because you don't have the intelligence to understand, but you are not intellectually prepared to understand that yet. So you go and ask a question on the Upanishads. And rightfully, a guru is supposed to tell you, you are not ready for it. You have miles to go before you reach there. You have not yet got your Sarigama Padani right. And you are asking, can I do a concert? You are not ready yet. You don't have the stamina to run around the cricket field 6 times. Even if I teach you the batting, you will not be able to stay at the crease for 100 runs. You're not ready for it yet. But unfortunately, no teacher says that. Even an Arjuna was brought to the war without even qualifying, is he ready for war? Because all the capabilities Arjuna had displayed till then was only in practices. He's never faced a war. Even an Arjuna was brought to the war without him being prepared for the war. And in the war, he had only noise here, not clarity. So you ask a question on Upanishad. The Guru's ego, Guru shouldn't have an ego, but he has an ego. He wants to create impression in you. For him it is not important you live an impressive life. For him it is important you are impressed by him. You should be impressed. Display of knowledge. I know. So when you ask a question, the logical answer is to tell you you're not ready for it. But he answers as a display of I know. And when you receive a knowledge on spirituality for which you're not yet ready, it doesn't create quietude in you. It doesn't create silence in you. It creates noise in you. It gives birth to more questions. Like the questions with which you come, what is science of karma? What is important right now is not to understand science of karma. What is important right now to understand is that in every moment of selfless living, you accumulate a karmic investment and you expend a karmic debt. So right now, go and show that in a day, at least one experience per day you can do, which is purely selfless. That your entire day is not about me, mine, myself, but there are moments in life that you are not living for your sake, but you are living by putting the other ahead of. First, experientially go and practice selfless living. And that is living in alignment to the science of karma, not understanding the theory about it, living in a state of sacrifice. Come back then. But he starts expounding all that he knows about science of karma to you. And at that level, listening to science of karma gives birth to 15 more questions in you, creating lot more noise to you. From here, wanting to know about there never leads you there, but keeps you here and creates a lot of noise in you. Lot of noise in you. When quietude should have been the next logical step in your spiritual evolution, your head gets even more noisy. We somehow think intellectually, I can fast forward a few steps in my evolution. For example, with the number of 8 to 11-year-olds that are sitting here, there is no way for me to tell them to contemplate, analyze, think. Right now, they have to be directed through activities. They need instructional communication. Do this, don't do this. And they will do this. And this will create experiences in them. And when they have these experiences and I deliver a knowledge to them on how these experiences happen, then they understand the knowledge. But if I tell them, contemplate, sit and think. In fact, ask one of them, what do you want to become in life? Now I want to become a doctor. Now there's no basis to why they want to become a doctor. Why do you want to become a doctor? The only reply you can get from a child is, no, I want to become a doctor. It's not like you that they have done an entire analysis and they found that by virtue of becoming a doctor, I will be able to earn 5 crores. There's no motive. It is just an impulse. It's just innocence. And in spirituality, we are all relatively innocent. Somehow taking this route, when I'm still here, I want to understand there, is creating a lot of noisiness. Lot of noisiness. We should be seeking experiences, but we are seeking intellectual delight. We should be seeking how to deepen, intensify my experiences at this level. But we want to jump the gun and want to understand concepts, creating a lot of noise. Not realizing when you reach there, at that maturity, what you can understand will unfold to you. When you reach there, at what maturity? Unlike in materialism where, see, in materialism you have to ask questions. You have to keep challenging concepts. You will have to understand why competition is doing better than me. You will have to ask, how come they can be number 1 and I'm number 4th? Why has this strategy not worked? Or what strategy will give me a better market share? In fact, the more you question and the more you answer, the better you have a direction as far as materialistic growth is concerned. If at all you have questions on the spiritual side, and you may not know whether you're asking a question at your level or at another level, I think you need a source which is able to express its love by saying no sometimes to you. Expression of love is not necessarily yes all the time. Sometimes to say, my son, you're not ready for it yet. First live through this clarity, create a lot of experiential validation, then I think you can get back. Lead me higher in maturity is lead me to that maturity where I have this faith. I will know what I need to know when I am ready to know. Earlier will only create noise in me.